we're staying in our lane. That is not an issue. We will let this play out some, but we want to address the issues that I think are really important to Alabama. Not that this is not a serious issue. It is. But, what we're finding over the course of this campaign is people are concerned about their health care, their jobs, their education. Those are those kind of basic kitchen tables that we're going to continue to talk about in the next 4 weeks of the final stretch of this campaign.
New poll has you up 46-42. Some say that still could change. The election has not been moved by the governor, Kay Ivey. She's resisted calls to do that. You earlier said that a huge black turnout was going to be critical for your path to victory. What are you doing to reach out to black folks? Do you have paid staff on the ground doing grassroots mobilizing and organizing? We just saw what happened in Virginia, what happened in New Jersey. So what is your plan for African Americans in terms of boots on the ground? Then we'll talk about what specifically will you do for African Americans if elected.
Sure. We've known all along, or felt all along since we got in this race back in May, that it's a special election. There's only one thing on the ballot in most places. We do have a couple of other specials in a couple of states, one state Senate, one state House seat. But we've always felt like mobilizing the Democratic base and the base of the party, those folks that traditionally come out and vote Democratic, would be very important. So this is not something that we've just started working on. We started working on it in the summer. We have a lot of people out there right now, both in terms of volunteers. People have been canvassing for us in all areas of the state since really right after the primary. So we've gotten, I think, the necessary boots on the ground. We'll add more, a lot of volunteers. Roland, the number of volunteers that have signed up for this campaign has just overwhelmed us. Truly overwhelmed us. So we've got that. We've got messages that we will be sending out on radio, on television. We believe that we've got a path right here to do what we can to make sure that our voters turn out on December the 12th.
What will you be doing for HBCUs? Alabama has a number of them. What will you do? Will you join the HBCU caucus that Congresswoman Alma Adams is a co-chair of? How are you addressing specific issues that African Americans are concerned about when it comes to the United States Congress, United States Senate?
Well, let me first say that I'm a big fan, a supporter, and if asked to join, would love to join the HBCU caucus. We have important colleges and universities down here in Alabama. I was at the Magic City Classic here, between Alabama State and A&M, I usually go every year, and it's just a fantastic program. I have been with both of those universities on a number of occasions. The new president of A&M is an old friend of mine, and so yes, I'm gonna stay involved as much as I can to help those colleges and universities. I think, Roland, that one of the biggest issues there's two things in Alabama. It's the same issues for folks that are in college there, that are in college at University of Alabama or Auburn. They want to know if there are going to be jobs in this state. They want to know if there are going to be good paying jobs, not just for professionals, but for other folks. They want to make sure that we've got manufacturing jobs and other jobs coming into this state. One of the things that we've talked about in this race over the last 6 weeks especially is that we want to have a good business climate in this state to attract businesses. I believe I can do that because my history has been reaching across the aisle, trying to find common ground between folks to bring in businesses. And I don't think you say that about Roy Moore, regardless of the allegations that just came up. Roy Moore has been removed from office 2 times, very controversial. That's not good for business for the state of Alabama. We want to project something for the state of Alabama that's going to give those kids that are in those colleges and universities, regardless of who they are, a real opportunity to stay in Alabama. And I think that's a key. We don't want our good young people leaving the state, and they have been. We want them to stay right here, raise their families, and give them the opportunities that they might find elsewhere.
Doug Jones, where do you stand on the Confederate statue issue?
Well, I've said all along, look, for those of you who know my history, I have been one that has said for a long time after prosecuting the 16th Street Baptist Church bombers that I did in 2000 and 2001, I've been giving speeches across this country that the Confederate battle flag is a symbol of hate, not a symbol of history. That's been before Charlottesville, before Charleston. And, my position has always been that those statues in public places should be left for those decisions. My view is they are divisive and they should come down, but that's a decision that local officials and local communities need to make.
All right.
Elections in December.
December 12th?
Yes, that's correct. December 12th, which will also be my 25th wedding anniversary.
Congratulations.
All right. Tom, all eyes on Alabama. This will reduce Republican majority to one if they're able to win. They want to hold that seat.
Weekdays on TV One.
I will never lie to you.
Oh, my God.
Roland Martin.
He doesn't want to talk to us. He wants to ignore us.
Uncensored.
Hell no. That ain't gonna cut it, boo.
Unapologetic.
No, that is fundamentally false. You are wrong.
Unfiltered.
He wants an America where we all look alike. He ain't talking about black people.
Unrelenting.
You better go work out, because you got a fight on your hands.
NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on TV One.